With the prevalence of real-time stem separation in DJ software, DJs are given new ways to mix, remix, and blend their music. With the AlphaTheta brand's first DJ controller, it introduces to you a way to quickly remix your tracks with a click of a button. Greetings, knowledge seekers. My name is Priyanjoni, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Priyanjoni, may the force be with you.
Today, we're going to take a look at this brand new DJ controller, the DDJ-GRV6 by AlphaTheta for REKORDBOX and Serato DJ Pro. If you want to see a full technical rundown of this controller, check out the full overview I did on Pioneer DJ USA's channel. We deep dive in detail everything you need to know about the GRV6 right here. For this video, I'm just going to focus on key features and how I would use it. Full disclosure, as some of you might already know, I'm an official product demonstrator for AlphaTheta and Pioneer DJ. But this video is not done in partnership or collaboration with either brand. It's something I'm doing for my channel for you guys while this unit is still here with me. This video is, however, brought to you by Direct Music Service. Are you looking for a place where DJs can download their music from? Check out Direct Music Service. They not only have edits of popular songs from different genres, but also have several unique remixes and originals you can only find on DMS. They even have their own mobile app so you can listen to tracks while you're on the go. And when you prompt the mobile app to download, they'll be ready for you on your Dropbox at home. I left you 2 discount codes below, so subscribe to DMS today. And below it, I also left you affiliate links if you decide to purchase the GRV6. Now, people often call all-in-ones or standalones to be controllers. To be clear, the Omnis Duo was the first AlphaTheta branded all-in-one, which primarily is a standalone that could be used as a DJ software controller as a secondary function. The GRV6 is actually the first DJ controller under the AlphaTheta brand. But there's actually decades of development experience behind it because it's the same product developers and engineers that was behind the Pioneer DJ brand. From the first CDJ with DJ software HID control, the CDJ400 in 2007, to the first Pioneer DJ controllers for Tractor and Serato, the DDJ T1 and the DDJ S1, and not to mention the legacy of the DDJ SX and DDJ 1000 series, this all comes from quite literally the same engineers and product planners that refined the way to control DJ software. The CEO of AlphaTheta, Yoshinori Kataoka, he goes by Clark, was one of the original engineers of the first Pioneer DJ product, the CDJ500 in 1994. Yes, it's the 30th anniversary. The reason I'm sharing this is because there's a lot of confusion as to what AlphaTheta is. It's not a company that took over Pioneer DJ. What was once known as the company Pioneer DJ is now the company AlphaTheta. And the Pioneer DJ brand as well as the AlphaTheta brand are both under the company AlphaTheta. If you saw the Euphonium mixer video, the head of DJ product planning is Yuji Murai, who has been there since 1999, and he's likely to be behind some of your favorite Pioneer DJ products. He's one of the handful of talented folks who has been there since Pioneer DJ Generation 1. I wanted to make that clear so that you know that although the DDJ-GRV6 is the first AlphaTheta branded DJ controller, it was developed by the same folks that made your favorite Pioneer DJ gear. Again, it's not a company that bought an existing brand and got rid of people behind it. The same people that made your CDJs and DDJ SZ are behind the GRV6. So my impression of the DDJ-GRV6 is that it started with the DDJ Flex 6 as the base. And that was an entry to mid-level 4-channel DJ controller. And from that, it was given several upgrades, many of which people asked for. It now has balanced master outputs. It's TRS quarter-inch plugs, but you can run long cable lengths and even use adapters to convert it to XLR. It can run both bus-powered or powered through a power port, both of which are using USB Type-C. If your computer's USB port is not enough to power this unit, you can use a 9-volt USB power supply or battery bank on the power port. This makes using mobile devices much easier, which will also give it USB power pass-through to charge the device through the controller. It has the 4-channel club standard layout, but with an upgrade to the beat effects section, adding a Rotary beat selector switch and individual channel select buttons, just like on the DJM A9. This is a huge change from the DDJ Flex 6's single button channel selector and effect selector. While the color effects doesn't have individual buttons for each effect, you can toggle them on or off using this button with the ability to kill the effect even when the knob is turned all the way up or down. You can cycle through the color effects by holding Shift and clicking the same button. Departing from the controller standard of 2x4 performance pads below the jog, the DDJ-GRV6's pads are laid out in a 1x8 array, matching the hot cues on the CDJ-3000 and Opus Quad. So if you're going back and forth using CDJs, your mechanical memory is now matched. But a unique feature on the Groove 6 is the fact that the pad buttons can be changed to 8 different pad modes. Individual, separated deck select buttons make selecting the deck and keeping track of which deck is active much easier. And if you want to engage dual deck to lock both decks, simply hold one button and click the other and it will blink. Centered above the mixer is a smart rotary selector, just like what was introduced on the Opus Quad. Basically, it's a rotary knob that can act as a joystick with 4 additional controls: up, down, left, and right. This gives you a few extra intuitive ways to navigate through the different tabs on your library or scroll faster in a large list of tracks. The Discover button gets you into REKORDBOX 7's track suggestion feature. Now for me, I can't use this right now in my workflow because I can't build a performance history on REKORDBOX. Here's why. You see, because I started and still use Serato as my main library, I often have to nuke my entire REKORDBOX library every time I update my Serato and convert my library into REKORDBOX. I used to use a third-party app called Record Buddy, and it can convert my Serato library into REKORDBOX XML format. Because it's always overwriting my entire library, the track suggestions are either blank or small because I rarely have a big playback history because I'm always deleting my REKORDBOX library. But recently, Professor BX persuaded me to drop Record Buddy and start using Lexicon. And man, I should have done this a long time ago. I no longer have to update through REKORDBOX XML, which Record Buddy requires and takes me about 2 hours every time I have to transfer. Lexicon writes directly to REKORDBOX library, and I can even use it as my main library source, not only to keep Serato and REKORDBOX libraries in sync, but I can do it for other software as well. That was a long-winded way of telling you I'll get back to you on demonstrating track suggestions with the Discover button, because it's actually really, really good, according to the people who can use it. And lastly, before I move on, if you have to jump between DJ software, especially for you folks who play on Serato but sometimes play on CDJ standalone and need to export through REKORDBOX, Lexicon is not only a game changer, it's a life changer. It's the closest thing we have out there to a universal DJ library. It is a subscription, but I'm glad it is because it's a service I want regularly maintained and updated as DJ software is updated. And no, I'm not affiliated with them. As for the Discover button and the track suggestion feature, it's a smart algorithm that suggests tracks. And the DJs who have used it, I've heard them say, "Whoa, I didn't think to play these 2 tracks together, but they sound really good." No, it doesn't DJ for you or read your dance floor for you. It's just an extra tool to help expand ideas on how you execute your mixes. Now, here's what makes the Groove 6 unique. Instead of beginner-friendly features like merge effects or the scratch cutter like on the Flex 6, it has an entirely new area called the Groove Circuit. And there's a tab in REKORDBOX to open it. It's almost like having some of the features on the RMX 1000, but with stems. And when you engage the Groove Circuit, it will immediately swap the drums of a playing track with a selected drum loop. This is why the DDJ Groove 6 is named in a different series from the Flex series, by the unique ability to change the groove of the tracks you play by a push of a button. And great news for REKORDBOX performance mode users. I should mention that the stems algorithm in REKORDBOX have been upgraded. You can still use the previous stem quality for a faster real-time rendering in case you're using an older computer. Select prioritize speed, or you can toggle the new higher quality stems by selecting prioritize quality. Simply go to your preferences, go down to extensions, stems, and here are the quality toggles. So right now, for my Groove Circuit, you can select which ones you're using here. I'm going to select the hard groove, and I am going to the B bank. Basically, you'll hear these drum loops right here. So when I'm playing a track, it'll be quantized. It will automatically swap the drums. So here's what the track sounds like now. And watch when I click one of these buttons, close to on beat. 2, 3, 4. Now it's different drums. Maybe I want this one. Now it's a break beat. Now you can have fun with it using drum roll, or when you hold shift, you could do drum trans, which is transforming it, which is cutting it up. So I'm going to use the breakbeat. Oh, you can control the level right here. And I'm going to do a drum roll. Oh yeah, you can slide back and forth on the buttons. And if you hold shift, you can do drums trance. And for the lever here, it actually does release effects just like what's found on the RMX 1000. So right now, I have it set to vinyl break. So here we go. And then if I want to lock it, it'll mute the drums. Now the other three effects for the release effects, there's echo, and there is backspin. To select the other effects, we can hold shift and click on the lever. So here we go. So I'm going to go to echo or select backspin. Now right now it's set to single, so you can only play one loop at a time. But you also have the ability to capture a drum loop from a track that you're playing by using the capture button, and it'll save the loop, and you can drag the loop into a playing song. So if you really like the drums on a different track, you can live capture it and use it on any track that you're playing. I will say it's really, really important to have your grids properly marked. Make sure that your one count is on your one count. Tracks that are all over the place with tempo, you got to make sure that you sent anchors correctly on it, or to warp it in DAW so that your track falls on the perfect grid. Other things you can do other than just playing one drum loop at a time, you can set it from single to multi, and now it can play multiple drums at a time. Or if I want both. That sounds crazy. Now, a place where you might want to do that is maybe you have your snares on one track while you have the kicks on the other. So if you want to build out an entire drum kit here, you can do that. Now, the Groove Circuit is essentially an advanced drum stem swapper in REKORDBOX. In Serato, the whole section is entirely different. But before we go into that, if you haven't already, if this video is giving you value, please hit that subscribe button along with that bell icon and give this video a thumbs up. Helping this video trend helps me bring more videos like this to you. To help us out, the Groove Circuit comes with these two adhesive overlays you can place over the printing of the Groove Circuit. And now it says stem effects, and all the printing is different for Serato. Now, I didn't use any adhesives for this because I will be going back and forth with it, but I used a blade to cut out the back portion so that I could just easily put it on the Groove Circuit. And if you notice, in Serato, it's labeled stem effects. Instead of swapping the drums like it does in REKORDBOX, it lets you apply effects to the 4 individual stems. Now, if you're familiar with Serato stems, you already know that in stems, there are 4 stems pad effects right below the stem toggles. This actually gives you more options to add effects to the stems than the 4 stem pads that you have in Serato. With the Groove 6 stem effects in Serato, you can really get creative how you manipulate the stems. So right now I have all my stems active. But say I want to apply an echo only to the vocals. Now watch this. I could even do that with the drums. do a vocal solo. All right. So the stem roll is similar to what it does to the stem in REKORDBOX, where it rolls just the selected stem. So check this out. I'm going to roll some of the vocals. Now let's try it with drums. And you can even do that with a combination of stems. So let's say I do melody, bass, and drums. Now that wasn't the best sounding example, but you can get a little crazy with it. And you can even select what the effects paddle does. Right now I have it set to echo out. When we hold shift, we can select the effect. We can even do a roll out, a breaker, or a delay. So breaker is like vinyl break. So check this out. Melody, bass, and drums. Here's what rollout sounds like. And then delay. It's set to 1 beat right now, but the delay gets really fun if you use half beats. So hold shift, hit this button, and watch this. Now for delay, it's set to 1 beat right now. Now, watch when I activate half beat. Oh, and for you folks who always wanted a paddle lever to trigger effects on a 4-channel Pioneer DJ AlphaTheta DJ controller, activate all your stems on. And now you have paddle effects. Check this out. Echo, all on. Half beat to hold. So how cool is that? Now, I'm not going to deep dive on it, but at launch, you can also use the DDJ-GRV6 with REKORDBOX Mobile for iOS and Android. Keep in mind that REKORDBOX Mobile doesn't have stems, so the groove circuit will control other performative features, which include the sampler. By being able to easily be used between a Mac, Windows PC, iOS, or Android device, the DDJ-GRV6 is multi-device compatible, allowing you to be able to try different configurations and choose what works for the task that you're using, or if you're choosing which one you're going to go with. Use your phone or tablet for a ceremony setup, house party, or practice, while you save your laptop for the dance floor. And I'm sure, as they always do, support for, whether officially or unofficially, isn't far behind from Algorithm DJ and Virtual DJ. I'm sure we'll hear from them soon. So what else has AlphaTheta been up to? Did you see the first available low latency wireless DJ headphones? If you haven't, watch this here.